the creators were responding to criticism of that, and they said that that sloppy controls and a lot of stuff. Well, see, they already went all the way through. That sloppy controls and all the rest of that were intentional. I'm not so sure that's okay. Now, see, something else is gonna fall on me. What did I? No. Okay, at least not multiple words. Anyway, See, normally you would imagine that that's something that kind of thing would kill you, but I don't see any other choice, so I guess I will. Anyway, to continue my earlier thought, this is a fun segment though. Eventually I'll finish this thought. I don't know, I'm not sure I believe the idea that a poorly programmed section was intentional just for difficulty. That strikes me as the sort of person who's like, oh, I intended that logical fallacy just to mess with you. But, I mean, maybe they did, but if so, I don't... Now, hopefully it won't... Okay, that's good. There's a unmarked save point. I'm not sure to create a game that's solely for the purpose of being frustrating is meaningful or a good objective. I mean, the purpose of a difficult game is to be a challenge, but a challenge that's based on skill and other things. Especially in that you develop skill, and by the end of a game like, say, Battletoads, you know, at the beginning you have incredible difficulty getting through the first 2 levels. But then by the end of it, you can blow through those easily because you really have developed, and it feels like a fair challenge, even if an extremely difficult one. But it's like issues of hit detection and all the rest make games don't really add anything to the game. I mean, no one plays the E.T. game, even though it's difficult, but it's difficult because it's bad. It's not because of anything significant. That's funny though. We have the moon from Termina making a cameo. I certainly don't mind that sort of thing. For that matter, I wonder if those apples are the ones from I Want to Be the Guy. I don't think they are. They look too apple-like, not cherry enough-like. Would have been funny if they'd used the same sprites though. This section is actually fairly fun. I would... Like, there are Flash games that are worse than just that section alone. The dodging works out okay, though it's kind of a strange. Okay. And we're back to business as usual. Yeah, of course, of course. See, that's what, the 4th random thing that's... No, it's not. Not even close to the 4th. Like the 6th random thing that's fallen. Now that wasn't random, that was... I don't know, some kind of puzzle. I'll have to think about that one a little bit more. Okay. Maybe only the red ones are safe. That makes sense. Oh, I don't know what those lasers are doing up there. Huh. Well, I guess I'm gonna hit all the blue ones now. I mean, that would be in order of the lasers on top. Okay, that's fair. That's reasonable. Oh, well, I'm sure that kills me if it hits me. If this was I Want to Be the Guy, you could choose which direction you went and go down, but I'm just going to go right just to be safe. Huh, that area is... that seems all too... Huh, that was simple. So it's a sloppy count, but that's 7 things that have just randomly fallen. And I've kind of addressed that already, but that doesn't really contribute any value to the game. It's always a little bit frustrating. It's just a completely randomized element. To add artificial difficulty when someone has already mastered a segment just to make them do it again. See, here also things just have a weird hit detection. Okay, I should be getting killed on those, though I wouldn't have enough. You wouldn't have enough jumping power to get over. Now, see, any help? Okay. Well, like I Want to Be the Guy, there's a place where you just... Okay, and it's even the same as that. Oh, this is... Oh man, this is gonna be like Battletoads. Well, no, it's not exactly Battletoads. In the Battletoads one, that thing was right behind you, and it required really hair-trigger timing, whereas this one seems a lot slower than I am. So it's not so bad, it's just a matter of pressing the directions. Oh, I figured it would really catch up there, but I guess not. Oh, this is going to be a little bit hard, because that Pac-Man's moving a whole lot faster than I am, and when things are moving significantly faster than your character, it can... Okay, that makes 8. This is ridiculous. When things are moving significantly faster than your character, it's kind of hard to time... It's kind of hard to time your jumps because you're used to it being a little bit slower and you have to anticipate so much. 9. There was a don't play this if you are prone to seizures warning, and I guess this area is why. Doesn't really add anything, though I guess it matches the music. Unless they have color-based puzzles later, which would be interesting at least. Now, huh. This, I don't know if you noticed that, there's kind of a weird bouncing. Look at that, look at that. I'm jumping directly through the, oh, that's not cool. Did you notice that? Invisible walls and that sort of thing. I'm not sure what that really contributes to the game. Well, I guess I'll just have to... See, then you end up going through a thing with trial and error. And I think trial and error segments always need to be limited in video games because they could more easily be beaten by a computer program. Now see, here's the weird thing. Like, is that intentional? Does it just have the worst hit detection ever? Or... well, see, like, that spike just wasn't even there. Maybe it's just, you know, a magical... Of course. Now, maybe I should have been able to see that one coming, given that it did fall before, though I don't see why something falling next to me kills me, but this is I Want to Be the Guy. He's apparently a small bag of skin with gallons of blood inside, so just about anything, the slightest tap causes him to explode. Now, hopefully what won't have happened is what tends to happen to me a lot. When I get further into in a long segment, I tend to start making a bunch of mistakes at the beginning, and I think it's because I get impatient and I'm thinking about the later part of the area, and so when it comes to earlier parts I do them kind of recklessly and then I end up dying a bunch, and I imagine that makes for very boring footage. It's frustrating, which is why I generally prefer save points to be at a reasonable point. Like, basically they should be capping a given challenge as opposed to just at an arbitrary place. You know, unlike, for example, Battletoads is another example of a difficult game, which has plenty of good things going for it. But the thing about it is, it's not actually all that difficult by a fair standard. What makes it difficult is that there's no save points, you have a limited number of continues, and you have to start all over every time. If you had save points every little bit, like in I Want to Be the Guy, for example, you could really beat the game relatively fast. In fact, it's comparable if you have an emulator and you can do it in segments. It makes it much easier. Now, you could argue that doing things in segments does make it, you know, easier, and that's why doing things a second at a time on an emulator is no fun. But now this area, I was expecting some kind of trap or something, but right now it seems just designed to irritate the eyes. Unless, of course, I expected something right at the end to kill me, because that would be par for the course.